Hi everyone. So you're going to notice that there are some new links in the gray navigation panel in Blackboard. So I'm going to show you what they are and how to use them. And another thing I'm going to also do is show you how to use the equation editor within Blackboard itself. So if you look here on the left-hand side, it doesn't matter what class you are. Clearly this is Math 108, but this is the same for any class that you are enrolled in of mine. You will see the student-led Q&A. Now the student-led Q&A is exactly what it sounds like. Students, you will pose questions inside of this link, and then your classmates will answer those questions. And if you post a question, I will give you a bonus point. And if you answer the question, I will also give you a bonus point. The only thing that I'm going to be doing within this Q&A over here to the left is just making sure that the questions that are answered, the math is correct. All right. But other than that, the success of this question and answer is going to be dependent upon you as the class participating and answering each other's questions. All right. So let me show you how to do this. So you come over here to the left, you click on the student-led Q&A, and you're going to see that I already have one up for week 2, but I kind of put this one up a little late. But week 3, week 4, week 5, they're already done. They will appear every single week. So within week 3 Q&A, you're going to click on that, and you're going to see this right here. It's a form, week 3 Q&A, and then to pose a question, what you're going to do is you're going to create your own thread. So if you left-click on Create Thread, you're going to notice that right here is going to be the subject, and for this example, I'm going to be just going over solving linear equations, all right? And then down here is the body of this thread, and this is where you would go ahead and you type in, can anyone please help me with this question, okay? Now, Blackboard has an equation editor built into it. So let me show you where this is, okay? Now, you're going to see all these tools up here, and some of them look extremely familiar, like bold, italicized, underline. You could change your, font, how large the font appears and all this stuff, all right? But if you look for this symbol right here, this is a square root symbol right here. And this is the insert a math equation, okay? So this is the equation editor. So what you're going to see here is I'm going to show you a problem that I'm going to do. So here's the problem right here on your screen, all right? And it is solve 2 over 3 times a quantity 9x minus 12 equals 8 plus 2x, okay? So I'm going to show you how to type this in, and then I'm going to show you how we would go about answering this question, okay? So let's go back over here to Blackboard again, okay? So we're going to click on this equation editor, and the math type comes up, and then we have all these different buttons and functions. The majority of us are just going to be staying in this very first tab, okay? But if you want to click on the other tabs and you want to check them out and everything, like right here is our union, intersection, symbols. Here's your infinity symbol. There's pi, and there's all these other different types of math functions that we use, okay? But like I said, the majority of us here are just going to probably stay in this first tab, which makes it real nice, okay? So if you remember, and I'll go back one more time just to show you, we have 2 over 3 times the quantity 9x minus 12 equals a plus 2x. So if you can write it down correctly, and that's huge, all right? Just being able to write down math correctly, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us already are cool with that. We're going to type it in exactly how it looks. So we hit the fraction bar first, and we're going to do 2 over 3. Now, I use the arrows on my keypad or on my keyboard to kind of navigate. One of the biggest mistakes students will make here is if you could see that the cursor right now is on the 3 in the denominator. If I just use my right arrow, notice how it becomes real large and it's to the right. So you want to make sure you do that if you're working with fractions, okay? Now we have our grouping symbol, which in this case is going to be parentheses. And then we got 9x minus 12. Hit the arrow to get outside of the parentheses, equals. And then finally 8 plus 2x. 8 plus 2x, okay? And once you're done with that, all you have to do is hit OK. And you just wait a little bit, and it'll post it right here inside Blackboard exactly how you typed it in. Once you were done asking your question, can somebody please help me with this question? All right, it looks nice and neat. Maybe you just want to say thanks because you're asking for help, and it's always appreciative. Then we just click submit. Okay. Now here's what's going to happen. The person who posed the question, your name will be right here. Okay. So it'll say your name as the author. Okay. You'll notice established is published, which means everybody can see it. You will also notice that unread posts are 0 and unread replies to me are 0. Okay. Now, let's say another student will come in and they want to answer this question. Okay. So, well, the first thing we're going to do is answer the question properly. So let's go back and let's answer this question properly. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do, because I don't like that denominator, is I'm going to multiply everything by 3. All right, so multiply everything by 3. So left side by 3, and the right side of my equation by 3. Now moving from left to right, the 3's will reduce. That's the whole reason why I chose to multiply everything by 3 is to get rid of that denominator, which I just did. So I get 2 times the quantity 9x minus 12 equals 3 times 8 is 24 plus 6x. So now here I could see that I have parentheses, so I'm going to have to distribute. I get 18x minus 24 equals 24 plus 6x. I don't have to group like terms on either side of the equation, so I'm allowed to go ahead and isolate my variable. So I will subtract 6x from both sides first, and that's just because I chose that. 18 minus 6 is going to be 12x. Minus 24 equals 24. Next, I will add 24 to both sides. And finally, that gives me 12x equals 48. Last step, I will divide both sides by 12 to give me x equals 4. Okay? So we know this is the math that we need to solve this problem. So let's say you saw this problem in the thread and you're like, oh, I know how to solve it. I can help this person out. All right. What you would do is you would come into here, okay, and you would see, oh, here's the thread. All right, here's our thread, and it's solving linear equations. So you would click on it. As you can see, it says, can anyone please help me? There's the question, thanks. And then you would just click on, yeah, I can help you. I'm going to reply to you. Okay. So maybe you could type a nice little message saying like something like, this is linear, or this is a linear equation, and we have 6 steps on solving them. Okay. Now from here, once again, you're going to click on the math equation button, and then you don't have to get really pretty with this. Excuse me. But it would be nice to make sure you show all of your work. So if I just go back to our problem real fast again, notice that, and I'm going to erase this real fast so we can see it. So there was a 3 out front and a 3 in our denominator. So everything that I did here, okay, I'm going to type this in exactly how it looks. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's do that. So remember, there was a 3 and then a big bracket. So 3, my bracket, and then inside I had 2/3, 2 over 3. My grouping symbol in here would be parenthesis, 9x minus 12. Now I'm going to hit the arrow button twice to the right so I get that cursor all the way outside of the brackets, equals 3 times 8. Plus 3 times 2x. All right. So if you want to, you can continue typing here. So notice that the cursor's on the far right-hand side. I'm just going to hit enter, and I can keep on moving. I can keep on going down. So now that we multiplied everything by 3, remember we got 2, parenthesis, 9x minus 12 equals 24 plus 6x, enter. Now, after I distribute, I get 18x minus 24 equals 24 plus 6x. And I just keep going. Next, I'm going to get 12x minus 24 equals 24. Keep going. I will add 24 to both sides, so that will give me 28 or 12x equals 48. And then finally, x equals 4. Now, to help, maybe off to the right here, you could still type in things like multiply all terms by LCD, which equals 3. Then, in this step, you can put distribute the 2. Now, here, you really didn't do anything other than distributing the 2. But then down here, you could say something along the lines of subtracted 6x from both sides. Next. Oh, sorry. Let me get myself up here. Then from here, we added 24 to both sides. And finally, to get to this step here, divided both sides by 12. Okay? And then once you're done with this, you would hit OK. And like I said, you would give it a second here, but then everything would just be transferred directly into your post. Okay? And this looks great to me. All right? Remember, you're just helping. You're not teaching this. All right? There's a difference there. Helping and teaching. Okay? So this is great. I would come in and look at this and go, oh, perfect. You know, student A posed the question, student B answered it. It looks great. And then what I would do is I would go ahead and just mark it down in my grade book for some bonus points. And normally what I would probably do with all these bonus points here is I would just group them all up and then add it to your final score at the very end of the semester. Okay? So finally, we just click submit. And, oh, did it submit? There we go. Okay. So here's the original question up top here. All right. Then down below, here's the answer. All right. And, you know, if you were the person that asked the question, maybe you can like just hit a little reply and just say, you know, something like, thanks so much. All right. And that's it. So like I said, the success of this, okay, is going to be dependent upon you asking and answering questions. Make sure you are just being nice to people. All right. It's not that hard. All right. I think they call it net etiquette, which is, yeah, that's a real word now. So, you know, just be nice. And I will be checking just the math portion just to make sure it's correct. All right. And if it's not correct, I'll make the correction for us. All right. And don't worry about it. Like if you typed in an incorrect answer or something like that, you're not, you know, I'm going to be completely supportive. I'm going to say, thank you so much for helping out. Just be a little bit careful next time. You know, maybe you hit a wrong button on your keyboard or something like that. And listen, it happens. It's fine. All right. It's not the end of the world. Okay. So I hope this helped. And I'm going to be doing more of these tutorials throughout the semester. That way we can learn how to use all the tools available to us. Okay. See ya.